Yeah, thank you so much, Julia. Very good morning to you. I know it's surprisingly almost 4 in the morning, I think it is for you. And so I wanted just to do a quick shout out and appreciate you for being our host of the month, knowing, of course, that you be up this many early mornings. And you don't even look tired, by the way. So you must have some great energy there. So again, thank you so much for being our host for this month. And again, I want to wish everyone else a very good morning, afternoon, or evening. I did also start the live stream on the Forensic Networkers. So if you could just maybe make sure you can see me there as well too, Yulia, that'd be great. It's my first time doing a live on his channel, so I want to make sure that me there as well too. And of course, yeah, a very good morning, afternoon, and evening to everyone else on the call. And can't wait to do today's training. As you all know, our wonderful CEO and Senior Vice President, Ramin and Sanaz, are taking their very, very rare vacation that they much well deserved. And they got a chance to head out, of course, to BC this week. So I got a chance to assist out here and do tonight's training. And I thought, why not discuss one of the my most favorite training topics? I have a lot of them actually, comp plan and this and that. But tonight I actually want to focus on a training topic that I think everyone can always appreciate and perhaps want to learn more about. And that, of course, is all about approaches. So first and foremost, if you are on this call and you want to learn more about approaches, get more ideas on how to approach, say I do in the group chat. We'd love to see some interaction, of course. And can't wait to share, I guess, some tips and tricks, some scripts, of course, when it comes to approaches and really how to grow your business. So I can see a lot of people writing in, I do. Thank you so much for being active again. And I thought, why not do this training at a time that we have, again, like right now, where the company, again, just launched a brand new product. And the one thing that I always like to remind, all of us is, first and foremost, approaches never really end, right? It's an ongoing process. So it's not like once you talk to someone once and perhaps they said no or not ready yet. And we all know the whole training that no just means not now, right? It means not now, not never. So knowing that, of course, we're always supposed to, of course, keep in mind that as we approach people, it's not a one-time thing where you do your postscript once, they say no, thank you, and then that's the end of it, right? Again, with the approaches, what you want to think about, it is an ongoing process. It's not a one-time shot. And even without having more products, and I want to start by saying this, like even without having more products in your companies, you should always constantly be going through your approaches, including existing people, right? And so we had a lot of training about that before, but today, again, with the new product that just got launched, and I have it here in front of me, of course. I already sold out, by the way, of all of but I did 3 pre-orders of this product, and they're all gone already. And I want to share with you guys how I basically promote this product. And if you want to know how I do it, I say I do. Going to share more with you guys, of course, too. And so who wants to learn how to go and promote these products like crazy and get a lot of sales, right? And so I did want to go back, first of all, and reiterate that, especially when you have a new product, we got to think like this, right? We can't think about, okay, well, I talked to, I had my list before. Again, I hope you all have a list. As we all know, in this business, Forensic Networker, it's all about tracking every single one of your prospect, customers, partners, members. We got to track every single person in our forensic box, right? And at the same time, as we're going through all the names in our boxes, I want you to realize one thing. The moment you have a new product in your company, do you think that the previous prospects and your customers and friends and family, that maybe you talked to them about the toothpaste or, Fairy Flawless, or even the microsilver spray, which was the most recent product we launched like a few months ago, that just because you talked to these, 200, 300 people in your box before, does that mean that you can't talk to them now with this new product, right? It doesn't mean that. In fact, the moment you launch a new product, I want you guys to realize this, that every single person that you ever spoke to before in the past about any of the previous prospect, are they a new prospect again? and answer your question. So do me a favor, guys, put your answer in the chat box. I want to ask you guys, when you launch a new product, are all of your previous customers, again, essentially considered as new prospects? Yes, the answer is yes, 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 because they have not even heard of this product before, right? And so, it's nice to be in a company where they have crazy innovative products that typically, for me, even one product a year is more than enough to keep you busy. If you have a proper forensic tracking box, I'm talking like you have your 300 to 500 plus names, that the moment you have a new product, even one new product per year, which is more than what you need anyways, you're going to be so busy with this. So the first thing we got to get sort of clear up between the ears tonight is that when you have a new product, every single person you ever spoke to in the past, they become again a brand new prospect. So now that we got that out of the way, right? Of course, in the approaches, we have about 40 minutes left of this training. I'm just trying to do as much as I can here. But the one thing that I think people need to do as a first step, and I always do this myself too, is before I go and talk to anybody, is you want to get your mindset straight first. And for me, this starts in the really first thing in the morning. And you guys all probably heard of it before. I have this daily habit where every morning when I wake up, there's 3 things I always do in my mind. And this is every morning. There's not one morning that I don't actually do this. And the first thing I do in the morning is I give gratitude and thanks. I just say, thank you, God, whoever your God might be, or just thank you, that you're alive and that you're breathing and you have another day to enjoy, right? So I always give, gratitude for that. The second thing I always do is I reconfirm to myself that today is going to be a fantastic, the most amazing day. Like, live today as if it's your last, right? So just really have a great day today. And the third thing that I always do is I ask myself a question. And that question is, how many people can I help today? And I really believe that, product training is important because it really has you understand how important products like these are, and how many people you can actually help with this product. And actually, I'll start off my training with a story. Just on the weekend, because I just came out of quarantine. I came out from Taiwan not too long ago. I had a 2-week quarantine, and I finally was able to get out basically last Wednesday. And over the weekend, I just had some of my friends come on over. And so I had ordered, of course, a bunch of our new Fairy Sterling. Of course, we have 2 sizes, right? We have the smaller size, I think like the 60 mil, and we also have the 200 milliliter size. And so what we actually did here,
recording in progress,
was that with this tool, as I was speaking to my friends, I had to sample with this. And if you want to know how I promote this product, it is super, super, super simple, right? So you have the big bottle of 200 mils, and you also have the sample one, right? And actually, I already sold out of my sample ones as well too, or the smaller size ones. And you always want to have one as like your sample, right? Or your tester, if you want to call it that. Of course, we all have the latest promotion that you all just saw, where if you buy the family pack, which is 3 bottles of the 200 ml and 3 bottles of the smaller size, they give you a free tester one. So what I did was, when my friends came over on the weekend, I immediately opened the smaller one that I have. And I said, guys, I'm so pumped to share with you guys the latest product we have in the company. And of course, let me really just remind you guys that sometimes it's not even what you say, but it's how you say it. So I do not use the other way of saying it, which is like, hey guys, thanks for coming over. I have a new product. Can I show you guys? Like obviously that tone is very, very down, right? I mean, you have to be excited about your product for your people to be excited, of course, about your product as well too. So again, the first thing to always remember is when you're speaking to people, we have this phenomenal, amazing product. It's easy to be excited over, especially in the first, we just got this. But more importantly, as time goes on and as you get more used to a product, just a reminder, you can't lose that excitement, because even though you've gotten so used to how amazing these products are and how wonderful they are, the prospect or the person you're speaking to, they don't know that yet. So you have to always make sure you check your energy level and your enthusiasm every time, of course, you go out there and you talk about the product. And there's some people on this call that, I already know that the minute I were to call them or they were to call me and they're going to prospect me, they just sound so excited about their product. And, as the saying goes, right, you want to, basically create, you want to, burn with so much enthusiasm that people can see your fire from millions of miles away. So again, when I tell my friends this weekend, I say, hey guys, I'm so pumped to share with you guys the latest, most amazing product we have in the company. And I said, here, give me your hand. So I literally just opened up, the sample one, and I really put a few, I squeezed a little bit of this new Fairy Sterling directly onto their hands, right? And the one thing you're going to notice once you do that is, right away, the first thing people do is they smell it. Like it's like a habit. You want to smell it, right? And right away, every single person was like, "Wow, this smells really good," And then that's actually rubbing it on their hands. And I said, "Yeah." So what's really amazing about this product is, again, I always give the comparison that when you spray your hand with a regular alcohol sanitizer, it might, it'll kill all the bacteria and germs, but you have no ongoing protection. And of course, the alcohol is bad for the skin. And one of my friend's sons just happened to have the worst, like, eczema still on his hands, right? And literally, it was like all his three knuckles were like busted up, both hands on the inside of his elbow. I could just tell it was eczema. And so I said, this product here is great at healing the skin. It won't dry the skin, and better yet, it gives you a 16-hour protection to constantly cleanse those microbes, right? And so, okay, I was, right away, I was giving examples how I always use this product when I go out with my kids. Anywhere I go, all of us will use this again on our hands because now we're fully protected. So, of course, they were asking how much should it cost, gave them the price, and basically I sold out. All my friends basically bought this product, and one of my friends actually bought 2 of the full-size tubes and also 2 of the toothpaste. They love the toothpaste, and when they heard that they had the micro silver in this product, he bought again 2 full-size tubes right off the bat for me. It was actually his son that had the eczema. And what's crazy is, when he came to my house, his hands were like inflamed, basically kind of swollen because he was scratching it, and it was just bloody, right? By the time they left, the house that night, all the swelling had gone down, and again, it just looked way better. The skin, he wasn't constantly scratching it. So even the next day, my friend actually messaged me saying, Rene, this is an amazing product. Thank you so much for sharing it with me. So all in all, when you have a product like this, what do you think that I did just now that would have probably increased the probability of them buying the product? So in the story I just gave you, right? What do you think I did that made this product much more exciting for my friends to make them want to buy it right away? So what do you think I did? When they came over, I told you that story. What did I do that really perhaps put the context of this new product into a whole new level? And I see you guys running it down in the group chat. You're right. I let them try it. There's a demonstration of this product, and I had to highly recommend it. You always want to have, and of course, my enthusiasm and excitement, right? And tell them the benefits. Yeah, these are all correct answers. Definitely, I think one of the key things is to make sure that you actually put a little bit of this into their hand, because for me, the majority of the people, when they smell this and then they know the benefits of the product, and they've already tried it on their hands, they're gonna want more and more and more of this product. And it's the same thing with goes with our other products, right? You want to let people try the Fountain of Life, right? Now we have, of course, the sample sizes too. So that's what I did with this product here. And again, one thing that I also wanted to share today in our approach training was, now, of course, my particular situation, I had friends come to my house, right? And that's, with some countries being in lockdown, I also want to talk about, well, how can you share and promote this product at the same time while you're, not going out? If you're in lockdown, you can't see people, you can't go to networking events, you can't go to meetings. Well, again, how do we build this from home, right? And so there's so many ways that you can do this. I wanted to just share with you guys a few of the ways you can actually promote this again with your friends and family. Now, the one thing that's really simple, again, and as we always hear in our training, is that you're always being watched online. Even though you might not see any comments or likes from people, believe me, when people go through their Facebook or their Instagram, guess what's happening? They're always actually watching you. So that's why it's really important in business to watch what you post online, right? And if you look at my Facebook page, for example, I do post some family things to show lifestyle, but I'm always also posting the benefits of the products or testimonials, right? So again, who knows how many promo videos do we have so far of this product? Let's see if people here have been keeping in the loop, right? So who knows how many promo videos we have so far on this product, okay? So one just got released, of course, on just a few days ago, or even just yesterday, right? And so, so in short, we have a few videos. Definitely, what I would do if I were you guys is just to cycle those videos, and not just, of course, the Sterling. You also want to cycle all the different products. You know, the Fountain of Life videos. So you want to go back to all the different videos that we have, and constantly put them on your Facebook wall and also your Instagram, right? And again, the goal of posting on Facebook or Instagram is the hopes that someone will like or heart your actual product, all right? Because then once someone likes that video, or they give a thumbs up or a heart shape to your post, what do you think we should do, guys? Should we just ignore those likes? Should we just ignore the little love sign that we got in Instagram? Of course not. Of course not. So what should we be doing, guys? Put your answers down here, right? Yeah, we should reach out to them with a private message, right? And just say, hey, thank you so much for liking my Sterling video. I wanted to ask you, if you got enough information from the video, and I would love to meet up with you and give you a sampling of the product. And so if again, these are for people that you might know locally. Again, like my style is whenever I can meet someone locally at a coffee shop, and because Toronto just is easing out of the actual lockdown, I always want to meet up with people to give them a free sample of it, right? And that means putting something into their hand and talking more about it. And what I personally think is going to happen, because we were in lockdown last year in Toronto. Went to Taiwan for the summer. It was like another lockdown in Taiwan. Came back here and it's opening up. I believe that in a lot of the countries where you've been in lockdown for like a year, so many people now are getting so cooped up and getting so tired of staying home that they actually want to go out. They want to go out for coffee and grab a coffee with you. So, just recently, of course, we had the toothpaste challenge, right? Not too long ago. And I messaged one of my prospects that got that challenge. I said, hey, you know what? Because I was still in Taiwan when I placed the order for that challenge. I told him when I come back to Toronto, I'll give him the sample toothpaste. So I sent him a message and I said, hey, Bubba, I said, I'm back in town now. I would love to give you that toothpaste sample. When we go for a coffee, it's been a while. We can just go and chill out, So I like to personally, if I can, meet my people in person. But if not, I would also organize like a quick Zoom call. So again, I would respond to these people that liked my post or were to put a comment or to heart shape, the Insta, the IG, and say, hey, thank you so much for liking my video on the Ferry Sterling. I would love to get a chance to share more about it with you. So you start to chat. So to me, the one thing that I always find that works well when you are prospecting is if you can spend a little bit of time, as we always talk about, building like and trust. I really think that sometimes if you kind of dive right in, sometimes into your pitch, if you want to call it that, it might feel unnatural or might feel kind of pushed. And so typically what I do when I were to call people or message them, is I just kind of ask the usual questions, right? How's family? How's life going? How's work? And eventually they're going to ask you, well, how's it going with you? And typically that's a good chance for you to go and say, oh, well, by the way, actually, I'm glad you asked that. I'm so pumped about the newest product that I have in the marketplace. Have you heard of the Fairy Sterling yet? No, I haven't. Well, can I share more about it with you? So again, it all comes down to, I think, in any kind of approach, whether you do it in person, whether you do it on online social media, one of the best things to do, again, is to not try to rush everything and trying to get the sales pitch across necessarily on the first time you start conversation. Sometimes, I'll chit chat with someone for a while before I get into my actual approach, right? And what you'll find is that the more time you spend, nourishing a relationship like that in the beginning, the higher odds are of scheduling the next meeting, basically. So, like, how many of you guys here have ever perhaps sent an approach script to someone and you didn't spend much time, perhaps, initiating that initial, communication or that like and trust and building that bond, and you found that they weren't really responsive, right? I think all of us have been there where we approach people and perhaps we just kind of, skip right to the end part, and we found that they weren't very responsive. So the one thing that I usually try to do is just to create some like and trust, again, just by asking questions, how's the family, how's work? Again, one of the biggest questions you can ask right now is, hey, how's COVID treating you guys? Are you still at home? Have you been going out much? And so, again, as you always hear, right, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So asking questions is a great way to get to rebuild up that rapport with people as well too, right? So now, one question that I see from Verlin is, before even sharing with a person, stranger who liked your post, what did you say to find or to get a feel if they are interested about the product? So, that's a great question, Verlin. And for me personally, like I said, when I respond to these people who like my post, the first thing I say is, a quick appreciation. I say, hey, thank you, Verlin, so much for liking my post on the Fairy Sterling. How's it going with you? How are things going with you? So right away, I'm again, I thank them, and I get into some like and trust questions, right? And as you ask more questions, you can probably ask, oh, by the way, what was it that you probably liked about that video? And you can ask specifically, what do you actually like particularly about that video? And do you mind if I share more about it with you? So one thing, however, that I also want to talk about today that I think might make approaching a lot easier for so many people. How many of you would like to find an even easier way to approach, or to find a way that almost encourages people and makes it exciting for your prospects to want to try your products, right? Who wants to learn about this now? How can we make it more exciting for our prospects and customers so that they actually want to get on this product? They actually want to try the product. So who wants to know one good way or how I would do it? And I've already done this already, by the way, too. And it works amazingly well. So, and by the way, what I want to share with you guys here is just something that I've done personally. I always like to share things that I've done that have worked before I go and teach it to other people as well. And by the way, what I want to share with you, the funny thing is that you probably have already done it, but maybe we haven't thought about the magnitude and the scope and the range of how we can leverage this thing. And what I'm talking about is a challenge. And a challenge where it's a huge reward or a nice reward for your prospect. So a quick question here. How many of you guys actually leverage the toothpaste challenge? So I know some of you guys really, went to park with that challenge. I mean, you had your whole entire team. Everyone was posting the fluoride challenge online. A lot of you guys sold so much of the toothpaste. And so I can see all of you guys, right? And so again, so all of you guys, thank you for putting your responses there. your team did, you did, you did. That is fantastic. Yes, we all. So a lot of you guys that promoted the fluoride challenge, again, you would have had, your teams ordering it and giving away more samples and selling more products. And so let me ask you guys, right? Why do you think people respond well to challenges, right? Why do you think people respond well to challenges versus a 90-day satisfaction guarantee that we already have a 90-day satisfaction guarantee? But why do people respond better to challenges than to a 90-day satisfaction guarantee? What would be the main reason? It's a question for you guys. We'd love to see your answers here. Why do you think people respond better to challenges like bucket challenge or kick the bottle off the cap challenge? Or there's so many challenges, right? Like these dance challenges or like fundraising kind of challenges. What's different about a challenge than when we're talking about a regular 90-day satisfaction guarantee, right? So let's see what the answers are here. One, competition versus nothing. Yeah, one's like a competition. Verlin, very true. It has to be fun, right? It's got to be fun. Thank you, Alan. From BC, people like to win and be with the winners. Absolutely. You're intriguing people. Yeah, people love to be what's involved with what's in now. Feeling of winning, a challenge is instant excitement. Yeah, it creates curiosity. Great one there, Verlin. You definitely want to share the excitement, Drusilla. Instant results, right? It encourages participation, absolutely. So the one thing that I did myself personally, I've been testing it out, and actually I've been working with Ivy, which is our graphics team in the company, to get this new challenge out and rolling. Is and we always hear before from Marines training on the Forensic Networker that the company will have their promotions that they'll do for the entire company, but guess what? We as leaders or we as independent distributors, we should have our own promotions, right? So the company has their promotions, and guess what? You should have your promotions. In other words, and likewise, if the company has their own challenge for a toothpaste, right? The fluoride challenge. Well, guess what? Does that mean that you can't create your own challenges? We can't create our own challenge for this incredible new Sterling product, that we can't create a challenge for Fountain of Life? And I really want you to think about this, right? How much challenges can we create just on the Fountain of Life alone, right? How many of you here have ever been part of those weight loss challenges, right? Or has heard of one? If you heard of it before or participated before on a weight loss challenge, say I have. Let's see how many people have actually seen this out there, right? A weight loss challenge, or it could be grow your hair back challenge, or it could be like, get healthy challenge, right? So there's a lot of challenges out there. And again, the truth is that guess what? It works. Why do we have, I know some companies personally who only ever had one product and they turned into like $1 billion company. And the way that they actually did it was through challenges. Everyone was on this crazy, crave of trying to lose weight, right? Now, again, the beautiful thing about the Fountain of Life is you can make up any, and listen carefully, right? You can make up any challenge that will appeal to your prospect. Again, the point of building like and trust with a prospect is you will find out what's their itch, right? What's their itch, as we all call it, and we want to scratch that itch, right? And their itch or their need could be maybe they have high sugar level, maybe they want to lose weight, maybe they have hair loss, maybe they have blood pressure, whatever the challenge might be. You can create a challenge for that, right? So what I've done, and this is a real example here, is I knew someone that had a high blood pressure, right? And I said, oh, by the way, my company, we're doing a really fun new challenge called Lower Your Blood Pressure Challenge. Lower Your Blood Pressure Challenge. And if you take this challenge by taking this product over the next 90 days, and we have a journal that we give to you to track your results, guess what? Once you complete the challenge, you're going to receive a $100 free shopping spree. Now you're probably wondering, well, Rene, how do we get this $100 free shopping spree, right? And here's the cool part. How many of you guys know of a thing that we have in the company that's called Opulence Points? Opulence Points, right? So if you know what Opulence Points is, just say I do. And my second challenge for you guys is do you know how you can get more Opulence Points? How do you even check how many Opulence Points you have in your back office? You know, I mean, some people have literally hundreds and hundreds of thousands of Opulence Points, right? And so before I get into explain this whole challenge, you'll see how this challenge, by the way, when we go over the whole thing today, you will realize this challenge is not costing you a dime. This challenge, this way of prospecting to making it fun for your prospect is not going to cost you a dime. So again, in the group chat, how do we actually, aside from getting, how do we first get Opulence Points and how do we earn more Opulence Points? Can I see some answers here in the group chat? Okay, how do you, what's the first time you get Opulence Points? Okay, so the first time you get Opulence Points, and Ronan got the answer there, is the first time you buy the package, right? So the moment you buy the package, we already get Opulence Points. And I want to ask you guys, right, how many Opulence Points do you get when you actually launch your shop? What's the answer here? I'm actually going to pull it up for you guys so you can actually see here. But how many Opulence Points do you actually get when you launch your shop, right? So I'm going to show you guys now. Okay, depending on the package that you chose, whether it was a full LA package or whether it was like the promo LA package, but the full LA package, you can see here, we get a whopping 60,000 Opulence Points. 60,000 Opulence Points, right? And again, question: what is the conversion of 60,000? Like, what's the point to dollar conversion, right? It's 1%. So 60,000 Opulence Points is equivalent to $600 Canadian, right? And just now, you heard in my challenge that I was personally giving away to people who completed the challenge 10,000 Opulence Points. I said $100 of a shopping spree. You can say 50, right? Depends on your circle of friends, what you think will be attractive to your prospects. But my challenge, I gave $100, which is how many Opulence Points. So $100 would be how many Opulence Points at 1% conversion, or you times by 100. So $100 would be 10,000, 10,000 Opulence Points. So right away, the moment you launch, you're already given 60,000 Opulence Points. Use that Opulence Points to go and get more business. Does that make sense, right? It was given to you for free. Might as well use what's for free to go and get more customers and more partners, right? But now let's skip to how we can get more Opulence Points. Let's watch this, right? How do you get more Opulence Points? People saw it before. When you launch more partners. So number 8, it's going back here. Can you guys see my screen here, right? When you launch as an LA, you get 60,000 Opulence Points. If it was a 24-hour deal, it's 48,000 Opulence Points. I want you to look at this part here, though. When you qualify for MGRS, it's 7,500 Opulence Points. And when you launch a new LA, guess what? You get 15,000 Opulence Points. So when you launch an LP, you get 6,000 Opulence Points. When you renew your business, you get 1,000 Opulence Points, right? When you buy or sell a momentum pack. So a lot of you guys have so many points that, you know, are literally just banking, or perhaps you've already exchanged it for some products. But my whole point, though, is guess what? We're always going to get Opulence Points. But so imagine this, though, right? So I promoted to my friend that had blood pressure. I said, we have this lower your blood pressure challenge. Well, if you take this product for 3 months and you complete the journal, Just by doing that, and by the way, we have a 90-day satisfaction guarantee. So again, if you don't like the product, I will fully give you back the money back. I go and exchange the bottles with the company, right? But because it's a satisfaction guarantee, but I can decide to provide a money back guarantee because I can enact the satisfaction guarantee. My whole point though was that'll never happen because we already know, right? People who take Fountain of Life, if they were to take it actually every day for 3 months, forget 3 months, right? Even for 1 month, if any of your prospects actually took Fountain of Life every single day for 30 days and you did your proper follow-up, checking on them, how's it going, and they were going through the journal, we already know that they're going to be like lifelong customers of yours or a very long customer or potentially a new business partner, right? But don't forget, for them to be in a challenge, they do have to buy the products. So when they bought the 3 bottles from me, right? Did I make money, guys? Question, right? So when I showed the challenge and my friend wanted to get on the challenge because he knew he had high blood pressure, he wanted to lower his blood pressure, he bought the bottles from me. Did I already make some retail profits? And the answer is yes, right? So I sold it for like $85 a bottle, and guess what? My cost is like, 45, 50. So I already made almost $40 a bottle. So selling 3 bottles, I made at least 120 bucks already. But forget that. So the fact is, number one, I already made retail profits. By selling retail profits again, you got paid for that, right? But we also know that to this day, I have not met anyone that has ever actually used the 90-day guarantee because they always feel something, right? But guess what? Now that they've gone through 90 days, 2 things are going to happen once that challenge is done, right? What's the 2 possible outcomes once someone goes on this 90-day challenge, right? Even 30 days, right? What's going to happen, do you think, with that prospect? One, either they will be your customers and keep on buying from you, and are you so again, even though you gave away the 10,000 Opulence points, are you still making money on all future orders, right? Guys, in this business, the one thing I've learned is that we have to sometimes invest into your business. If you had your own business, forget Opulence. If you had your own business, whatever it is, do you have to spend money on advertising for your business? Right? And thank you, Maria. And thank you, Mavis. Right? Either you'll have a new customer or you'll have a new business partner because they have, we already know if someone gets on your products for 30 to 90 days, they're going to be locked in on this product. So that's what I've been doing. Now, if someone were to launch as an LA and you gave away the 10,000 Opulence points, how much Opulence points did you make back when that new LA got started? So you gave away 10,000 Opulence points, right? They got on a challenge. They bought products from you. You made retail sales. You're gonna have like a long for a new business partner. How much Opulence points did you get back? Well, according to our diagram here, we got back 15,000 Opulence points. So you're actually ahead 5,000 Opulence points. Okay, but you joined as an LP, so what? You got back 6,000 Opulence points. My point though is we have to invest sometimes into our own business because if you had your own business, you have to spend money on advertising and marketing. So again, the company can have their challenges, and as we all seen, the toothpaste challenge was a very, very successful challenge that all of us made money on, right? But why stop there? Or better yet, why wait for the company to make their own challenge when we can make our own, different combinations? We have so many challenges we can create depending on what is the issue with your person. I have a friend of mine who she's actually an owner of a store in Pacific Mall, and she's actually losing her hair. And I actually the funny thing is she bought FOL, but she never used it consistently. So what I did was I said, hey, by the way, we have a new challenge in the company. It is the hair loss challenge and grow your hair back challenge. And all you gotta do is, buy a few bottles of FOL, take it every single day for the next 2 months. And that's what I told this lady here. Take it every single day for the next 2 months. Just keep a quick log using this journal. And after those 2 months, you can get $100 shopping spree. And I had my catalog of like all the fashion products there. So you can buy whatever you want, a pair of earrings, you want to buy some silver rings, silver earrings, silver pendant. It's a free gift just for taking this challenge. And guess what? So let me ask you a question, right? For the person that imagine you are the person, let's flip the table, right? Let's say you're the person that has a hair loss issue, or you're the person that has high blood pressure. If someone offered you a challenge to fix your problem, to fix your hair loss, or to fix your blood pressure, and at the end of taking this challenge, the worst case scenario was you got a free shopping spree of $100, and or your hair grew back, and or your blood pressure got normalized, and there's no risk because there's a 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Would you take the challenge? Like, would you, if let's put ourselves, and I always do this, right? I always put myself in my prospect's shoe and think, right? What would be so enticing that I couldn't say no to it? Like, it wouldn't make sense for me logically to say no to it, because the worst case scenario is, okay, I buy the 3 bottles. Rene told me I had the satisfaction guarantee that if for whatever reason, I show my journal and I don't like the results, money back from Rene. But the worst case scenario is I might actually grow my hair back and I get $100 shopping spree. One of the challenges that we have sometimes with our customers is that they don't take Fountain of Life every single day, right? We all know that. Because we know if they did it every single day, they would definitely feel something. So this is what I keep thinking about, and the other day when Ramin and Snaz were doing their training on Sunday morning, the leadership cocktail, that exact same morning, I was thinking about this challenge. And that's when I went that same day to the karaoke place where they sold karaoke system. That's the owner. That's where I started to test. I was testing this new type of a challenge. So all in all, I want you to realize that, number one, in business, that we really have to invest money into our business. Because if you had your own traditional brick and mortar business, you're either paying for some TV commercials, or you're paying for some social media SEO, or you're paying for some advertising on a billboard, or you're doing something on the front, or you're running some promotions, right? You're running some kind of promotion to promote your business. Well, again, why in this business do we try to, we're so blessed that we have so much marketing material, like no tomorrow. Like every day there's something, like every week the company's social media team is creating brochures, flyers, social media type posts. We can just go and share the link, right? Again, videos like what we have. But again, why let it stop there? Why don't we invest what we got for free, which is Opulence Points? And again, it doesn't even have to be Opulence Points. Maybe you want to give a free bottle of FOL or something for your challenge, right? Whatever you think is going to appeal to your prospect, make a challenge out of it. And so we actually do have a flyer that I'm asking Ivy to help me create. But again, don't wait for it. Do what I did and start doing your own challenges, right? So I do see a hand being raised here. I'm not sure if you have a question before I move on to my last part, which is, I want to talk about some creative ideas with you guys on how we can make this into a challenge. How can we make this into a challenge? Because this is almost, again, for the big size bottle, it's pretty much, it's a little bit cheaper than FOL. So we have the same profit margins, almost the same profit margins with this product as we have with FOL, right? So before we get there though, Lorraine Scott, I see your hand being raised here. Did you have a question that you wanted to ask, Lorraine? You can unmute yourself if you want to. I'm not sure if your hand was raised by accident. Good evening though.
Yeah.
Hi Lorraine, are you there?
Yeah.
Did you have a question?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just going to maybe, again, I'll just sort of get back to me later on, Lorraine, if you have a question, and we just keep on going for now. So I guess you didn't have a question. But anyways, so all in all, my whole point, though, was that let's now, guys, part of, I guess, my trainings, I like to sort of, instead of giving you the actual, the whole delivery, I want us to start to think about and get our creative minds working and think about how can we make this into a challenge. So guys, give me your thoughts here on the chat box, right? What can we, can we make a challenge out of Fairy Sterling? Can we make a challenge with Fairy Sterling? Right? What's your answer, guys, in the chat box? Yes. Yeah. You can make a challenge. If people can make a challenge of pouring cold ice on your head, if people can make a challenge of trying to back roundhouse kick a bottle cap off of a water bottle, you can make a challenge out of anything, right? Again, and the challenge, but the difference between our challenges and the ones that you see online is they actually get a reward, right? They're getting some shopping sprees. They're getting a shopping spree, right? And so, literally, so the last thing I want to cover was also some scripts, right? And one of the things that you could do with this brand new product, yeah, you can do referral challenges. Yeah. So one thing you could do, for example, is with all of your previous prospects that you spoke to about Fountain of Life or the micro silver spray or the toothpaste or anything, you want to get in touch with them again, right? Build like and trust, and you can say, hey John, by the way, how's it going? How's the family here? By the way, I'm so pumped to share with you that my company has a brand new product that just hit the marketplace. I would love to share with you what this product is. Do you have a few minutes? So one thing that you'll notice whenever I actually do my prospecting is I actually ask, is it okay with you if I share a little bit with you about my new product? And why do you think asking is the right way to go? Because all of my approaches, I always say, would you mind if I could share with you some exciting information on my company's new product? Because when you ask if you can share, it means you're being polite to begin with. But in like 99% of the time I do this, everyone always says yes because you were polite enough to ask. They would feel impolite to say no. They might say, I don't have time right now, but again, they're still open to it, right? So end of the day though, if someone isn't willing to listen to my product, do I want to go in verbal diarrhea on them anyways? What would be the point of that? So I like to, again, ask them, would you mind if I can share with you some amazing information on this new product that I just released? And again, they usually always say yes. So, and then you have a chance to explain it. But beyond that, you can even take this into a challenge. Say, hey, by the way, we're actually looking for some people to give me some feedback on this product where if you actually buy this bottle and you use it for 30 days in a row, that after 30 days, when you give me your feedback, you will get a free $100 shopping spree. Would you like to be part of my new challenge? Right? And do you know anyone else who might want to be part of this challenge? So am I giving you guys some more ideas now on just how vast you can go with challenges? Because challenges, I realize it's fun, as we said, for your prospects. And again, why wouldn't they, right? So at the end of the day, my whole point though is you can make a challenge out of anything. And with this new product, everyone is a prospect again. Every single person that you ever talked to in the past, regardless if they said no or they're already a customer of yours using FLL or something else, or they're not a customer of yours, they are a brand new prospect again. And again, I know some of you guys probably haven't talked to some of your contacts for a while. And how many of you are wondering, well, Rene, how do I talk to someone that I haven't spoken to for like 5 years, 10 years, 20 years? Because people always have this objection to, well, Rene, I don't have anyone to talk to. And my response is, really? Because if you look on your phone, right, in your phone, tell me how many contacts do you have saved on your phone, right? And Joy, by the way, I love what you just wrote. So remind me to go back to that because that's part of what I want to talk about today too. Is there's some groups you can join that you can promote your challenges on these groups. So I'll get back to that later on. But my whole point though is, how many of you have ever had the concern of how do I call someone that I haven't spoke to for like 5 years, 10 years? You lost touch. Maybe you don't even know who they are anymore, but they're on your phone. Like how many of you guys have that issue? You can say yes, I've been there, or just say yes. So get some more interaction going on here. How many of you have actually ever like have contacts on your phone that you haven't talked to for God knows how long, and you don't know what to say to these people, right? We all have. We all do. And sometimes when we keep thinking about where can we go and find new prospects, we forget that your phone has hundreds and hundreds of people that are people that you want to be talking about this product with. But how do we call them? And can I share with you guys my little secret? Some of you might already know this, but what's my secret on how I call back people? What do I say to these people that I haven't heard from for like millions of years, right? And Tammy has a funny script here, right? Oops, haven't heard from you in a while. Just wondering if you're still okay with how crazy the world has gone, and if you had some time, hit me back. Love that, right? So that's a great way to send a text to somebody. So what I've done that works really well is I'll call someone as part of my forensic schedule, right? I do my 20, 40 calls minimum per day, and I'll call someone. I'll say, oh hey, by the way, Annabelle. Yeah, hey, it's Rene. How's it going? How are you doing? And she'll say, oh, it's great. Hey, Rene. I'll say, yeah, Annabelle. It was really funny because I was actually looking for a friend of mine named Agnes on my phone. And while looking for the name on my phone book, I saw your name just right beside it. And I thought, oh my goodness, I haven't talked to you for so long. I just thought, hey, I'm in lockdown now. I just give you a call and see what's new with you. Simple. So that starts the whole conversation, that you're just going through your phone book, trying to find someone in that category, and you saw their name and you thought, why not give them a call? It's been such a long time, right? That's all I do. And again, that just starts the whole conversation. Yeah, well, so how's it going with you? How's the family? What's new with you? And you go into the whole like on trust, right? And someone just asked me, and on the same call, you'll ask to share about your product question mark. So here's where again, if you spend the time in building like and trust, you usually can try to find, or you can ask these open-ended questions that can be a vital piece of information that might be their itch. So perhaps on the call, as you're asking questions, you're talking about, hey, I think one question that people can always ask, how are you guys handling through these COVID times, right? And they all say something about COVID. You say, oh, by the way, were there any, I guess, because everyone's always thinking, if you have pre-existing conditions, and the whole selling thing is go get your vaccines, right? You can just go and ask like open-ended questions. Oh, by the way, were there any, I guess, health concerns that that you or your family had, with COVID being around? Boom, that one question that you just asked. Were there any like health concerns, or health conditions that you guys were concerned about now that COVID is here? And they might tell you, my parents just have high blood pressure. My parents have, diabetes, or maybe I have diabetes, or like that's where you can start to gather information. And so usually when I have a conversation, I like to spend my time, and my mindset in that conversation is not to even talk about the products really. That's not the first thing in my mind. The first thing I have on my mind when I contact somebody that I haven't spoken to like for a long period of time, the first thing I'm thinking of is just to build like and trust, just to catch up, see what's new with them. But what I have experienced over doing this like millions of times now is eventually they're going to ask you, what's new with you? And that's because, oh, by the way, I'm glad that you asked, because you know how you're sharing with me just now that your parents have high blood pressure. Again, you all heard my approach training before. I always like to leverage another story, right? So I'll say, oh, by the way, I have some friends. My dad, for example, had high blood pressure, and he got this product that really, really helped him lower his blood pressure and everything else. He's doing so much better now. It's called the Fountain of Life. I actually would suggest for you to try it for yourself. Or really, what's that about? So now you go into, and that's something you have to be a little bit prepared to know your product information. But if you're brand new and you don't know what to say about the product, guess what? We have tools, right? We have tools. And as we always know about in our trainings, become a master of links and prints. So now if you know what to say, all you have to do, let me send you a video on what this product is, and there's a YouTube video on it, and then you send them the actual video. But here's where we can now tie in what else? What else can we leverage in to this conversation, guys? We just talked about it. What's the answer? Write the answer down for me, right? What can we tie into this conversation that might make that person want to try your product even more, right? What did we just talk about this whole time before? What can we do? Yes, thank you. Let me just get some water here while people type in their answers here. What can we do to incorporate and add into this whole conversation? You're right, I see it there. You can tie in the challenge. Whatever it is that your prospect appeal to, if it's growing their hair back, if it's they have health concerns of some sort, tie in the challenges. So after you share the fact that that you want to share testimonial, my dad had blood pressure, by the way, the company is actually rolling out this really cool challenge where if you take their product for like 3 months, there's a satisfaction guarantee, and you just log a really quick checkbox on their little journal they give to you for like 30 to 90 days, you actually get a free $100 shopping spree onto their e-commerce website, right? And I was like, do you want to hop on this challenge with us together? Let's do this challenge together, right? So that now I feel like the challenge has been one of the really, I guess, cool and fun missing pieces that perhaps we weren't doing before, but incorporating that challenge at the same time, where now again, because you'll realize that if you offer a challenge to somebody, but you don't really know what is their itch, meaning what's their need, like hair loss or blood pressure or sugar levels or whatever, right? It might not be as quick to appeal to them, but if you actually knew upfront, because you took time to build like and trust, and you identified what was their core issue, that if you present a challenge to fix their core issue and again a shopping spree, you're going to have sales happening like nonstop tomorrow. And so, I know it's 10 o'clock, and our training is for friends. It's usually 1 hour every single Tuesday evening. And I just want to thank you so much, guys, for taking the time to be on our further training tonight. And it's been an honor and privilege to be able to share with you guys what I've been doing that's been working very, very well for myself too. And so I want to say thank you so much for allowing me to join you guys this evening. So yeah, I'll turn the call back to our amazing host. Wasn't sure if you had any more questions or comments, but thanks for joining me tonight on the Friends Networker training call. And Yulia, amazing job hosting as always, and thank you for staying up so late in the morning.
Thank you very much, Rene. This was amazing. A lot of tips, tricks, approaches, ideas. I had a lot of notes. I'm sure many partners did the same. It was really good. I enjoyed it. Thank you very much. If you have any questions or comments, I think it's the right time to write them down so Rene can answer them. And if we do not have questions, we can summarize this call. And I have to remind you that this Saturday, we're going to receive the new Build Assist, which is very exciting. So beyond having the new Sterling out there, we also have a new Build Assist. So it means more ways to make more money. So it's always great. And see you Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. I do not see any questions, Rene. So
yeah, just one quick reminder for those of you. Tomorrow morning, Wednesday, 8 a.m. Eastern Time, which is 8 p.m. in like Asia, Singapore, Hong Kong, Taiwan time, we do have our Fountain of Life testimonial call, where it's 1 hour, where if you have any customers, friends, family, prospects, this call is all about people sharing their testimonials after using really any of our products, but a lot of it is based around Fountain of Life. You want to invite those prospects to join tomorrow's call because it is absolutely jam-packed. You hear some incredible stories from so many people across the world. I know that the Kenya team, Nigeria team, the Europe teams, UK, they all join this call because it's 8 a.m. Toronto time, which is about 2-3 p.m. for Europe, Africa time, and then 8 p.m. In Singapore, Hong Kong, and Asia time. So yeah, just want to remind everyone to be on that call for tomorrow and to invite people to join that call as well.
Amazing.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Yulia. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you all really soon on the call tomorrow morning then.
Thank you, Rene. Thank you, team. One team, one dream to the billion.
To the
Love
billion.
you.
Bye, everyone.
Recording stopped.